Fight and Talk back again, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Bellator Lightweight Mark Ewen. Mark, there's a few things to cover here. We've got the MultiFight deal and you've had your first fight announced. But first things first, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. So yeah, before we look at the fight itself, let's just dive into it. Look, we know there were a lot of promotions looking at you. You've ultimately decided to sign a MultiFight deal with Bellator. Come out there a couple of weeks ago. Can you sort of talk to me about the decision behind that?
Yeah, well, I'm always looking to be active right from the get go, right from the start of the year. I wanted to kind of get a fight in like March time or something, obviously, but I was struggling to get matches anywhere on any of these big shows. I was trying to get back at Terrace where I had my last fight. Was struggling to get matches, and they were saying maybe we'll get you June. There was a good bit of negotiations going back and forth for the contract and stuff. That ended up falling through. Nothing happened there, and then Chris Clark, the manager that got me my last fight in Ares, reached out and said, "I've got something big for you." And I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And it was like, Bellator. And I was like, "Whoa!" And then he sent over the contract, and me and James read over it, and was like, "This is crazy. This is unheard of for a guy that's 4-0." You know what I mean? But I feel like it's exactly what I'm needing in my career going forward. A big promotion like this, Bellator, that can keep me active. I can get maybe 4 fights a year, get to travel all over the place and fight top opposition. That's what I'm looking for. I want to fight the best guys, and I want to fight consistently. So they've came with this obviously offer, and I'm like, boom, right in, signed it right away. It is September, which is a bit away. Probably my first fight is going to be 8 months into the year, which is 9 months into the year, which is far away. But it's because I've just had a baby. I've just had a baby, and at the start of May there.
Yeah,
So literally, I need some time to kind of get used to the sleep deprivation, all that stuff, and kind of get her structured and stuff like that. And then obviously I'll be ready to go by September time. So literally, I'm buzzing with the deal. It's came at a perfect time. It's a perfect opportunity, perfect show. Everything Dublin, only over the water. So I'm really, really excited for it.
I was going to mention that later on, but of course you've touched on it now. Congratulations, you did just become a dad there at the start of the month. Of course you've been motivated to be the best fighter you can be, but now having your little daughter, how much added motivation is that giving you for this big career push?
That's crazy. Like my love for her grows each day. Each day I wake up and see her, and then every time I look at her, my love just grows and grows and grows for her. So like obviously I now need to. I'm not just fighting for myself anymore. I need to provide for this little girl. I need to give her everything that she deserves and wants. You know what I mean? So I need to just keep working, keep driving, keep pushing. Because like I said, it's not about me anymore. I've got a family to provide for her. I'm a father. It's weird to even say that word because like actually she's like 3 weeks old. But to say the word I have a daughter and that I am a father now, like I'm responsible for her. So I need to do everything in my power to make sure that she goes up and has just the best life possible, and I can protect her and look after her financially or any way that I can.
How much of a blessing then, I guess, was this Bellator multi-fight deal to come when it did? Look, it's well known within the sort of MMA circles, it's very difficult to get you matched. People don't want to fight you on one-fight deals. So for this deal to come when it has, for you now to almost be guaranteed regular fights, how important is that for you?
Oh, it came for left field, but I did not expect it. But it's an absolute blessing, like you said, a blessing. Like I never, obviously I've been a fan of Bellator. I watched Bellator on BBC iPlayer, but I never really thought I didn't know if I would ever fight there. I didn't know where I was going to end up. I just knew I was going to work hard and fight, and hopefully one of these big promotions like you've got the UFC, Bellator, PFL, either one. But for Bellator to come out with this deal, and it's obviously I'm on the developmental program, so they're going to build me up, and they're going to obviously give me good money and stuff like that. They're going to build my career up. I'm going to get good fights at the right time. I'm going to be able to fight all over Europe and stuff, and then eventually I think they'll take me over to the US, and I'll bridge that gap. But for them to come out with this offer, I'm extremely grateful for it, and I feel like it's perfect. Like I did not see it coming at all. Like none of us had really seen it coming. Like Bellator was never even in negotiations. There was other shows, I'll say like your PFL, there was Ares, there's loads of shooters in Europe and that. But then when Bellator came forward, I was like, oh wow. I was like, brilliant. This is just perfect.
You touch on that developmental side of things. Look, we see Fabian Edwards, of course, headlining the card you'll feature on. Luke Trainer now getting massive opportunities there as well. How important was it for you to see just how far these developmental deals can take you before you were signing that contract?
Oh, it's amazing. I think I've never ever shied away from my fight in my full career. I've always tried to take the hardest fights and fight anybody. And I think because I've done that, I'm now being rewarded with a program where they're going to build me up and give me the right fights at the right time. And if you look at the trajectory of guys like Fabian Edwards, who's now about to fight for the title, like his trajectory's been well planned and well sought out. So he's fought obviously guys at the right time and he's done really well. So It's amazing to see guys like that, and even be on the same card as him. That's an honour for me. I'll be able to see him obviously kicking about the hotel and at the show and stuff. It'll be great to see guys like that. Who obviously that's what I aspire to be like. I want to climb the ranks and then be a world champion myself. So it really does. It does mean a lot.
I think as well with that signing now at higher level, that's pretty much at least one athlete signed to every major promotion in the world, with the like Stevie and Dylan at PFL, Paul Craig now at your gym, of course, in the UFC, yourself, there's guys at Cage Warriors as well. What's the vibe like in the gym at the minute? Everybody must be flying, are they?
Yeah, the vibe's always good at higher level. Like I said, we've got a serious stable of guys we have. Like you're saying, all over. We've had like Chris Shaw fighting on one championship. We've had guys. I think the only place we've not had guys is probably like KSW in Poland, but we do have like Polish guys who probably will venture out there soon enough. But like we're all over the world. We've fought all over the full continent. So the gym as a whole, at the moment, the vibe's always good. That like you can. I said this in a few interviews recently. Like there's like this energy that you can feel when you're in the gym. It's like the success and there's greatness. It's like it's hard to explain, but you just feel the atmosphere. It's a different atmosphere when you're in that gym. Like everybody's working towards something. Everybody's grinding. Everybody's just locked in. Yeah, I mean, everyone's pushing each other, holding each other accountable. It's a different level gym. You've got guys coming from all over the UK and all over the world now to come train at high level, and there's a reason for that. We might not be one of these big super gyms like ATT and stuff, but we can definitely compete with these guys and beat them. Like, and obviously we're all here to prove that. But high level, in my opinion, is the best gym in the world, and it's kind of getting the recognition that it deserves.
Of course, James Doolan at the helm there. He's one of the best coaches for me in the UK. There's the likes of yourself, Dylan Shute, these guys coming up, these younger pros, if you like, these prospects coming up. How nice is it then to have the likes of Stevie Ray in the gym or Danny Henry, these lads who have been around the sport for years and can really pass on that knowledge?
Yeah, Danny, Stevie, even Paul's been in the game a long time. They're all seasoned veterans. You know what I mean? They've been in the UFC for so many years. They've fought for, like, they've been fighting since MMA wasn't even MMA. It's probably called cage fighting or something like that. They've been in the game for so long. And James himself, James obviously used to fight back in the day. He's so seasoned. He's seen it all. He's been through it all. He's fought it. He's had guys in every show. Really, I'm grateful to have guys like that around me, just kind of guiding me and giving me advice when I need it. And then obviously I've got the younger guys that like myself, like Dylan and Lorenzo, the guys that are all pushing to kind of make their own mark. It's a crazy gym where we have like every type of fighter. I'd say we have the seasoned vets like Stevie and stuff. You've got James, who's even older than that, who's been fighting for years, seen it all, and then we've got the young guys that are also trying to make their own mark. So we've got everything at a higher level.
If we look forward then to September the 23rd, the 3 Arena, Dublin, it's going to be that Bellator debut. Yeah. Noah Gugnon, another unbeaten prospect you've got coming out of France. Mm-hmm. I personally hadn't heard much on him when the fight was announced, had a little look into him. What do you make of him as an opponent, or is that something you leave more to the team to look at?
I leave that to my head coach. I actually messaged him right away and I was like, what do you think? Should we do a bit of... I asked him if I should maybe do a bit of like digressing and studying, and he's like, leave that to me, like, because I'll usually always leave it to him. But I just heard something. I heard something about John Jones talking recently on a Joe Rogan podcast. He was talking about how he basically dissects the opponent. He knows what way they're going to shoot, like the position for passing, all that stuff. He literally dissects them, knows everything in a T. And I asked him about that, and he was like, he didn't really want me to go doing that route. He said, leave that to me, and I'll obviously study all that, and obviously I'll prepare you for that, because he feels like sometimes if a fighter does that, then you can get too caught up in your opponent's A game and not focus on your own strengths. You start to kind of forget about your strengths and get play into their strengths. You know what I mean? Because you're worried about what they're going to do. So James he's very skilled in that type of manner. Like, he'll make sure that my pad rounds are specific to my opponent, the grappling rounds are specific to my opponent. Everything's specific, everything's detailed and done to a T to make sure we're best prepared that we are. But I don't need to worry about my opponent. I just need to worry about showing up and make sure I'm getting better day in, day out. And James obviously make sure that's happening. And you touched on obviously the free arena. So I've been there before. I've been there for a teammate, Sean Taylor, fought back in the day. And the atmosphere is electric. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. So this is really such an honour to go there and to make my debut on Bellator in the free arena in Dublin. I think it'll be crazy. I've got a lot of guys coming over, so it'll be amazing. But just the Irish fans themselves, they're so passionate and they're renowned all over the world for making some serious noise. So I'm really excited and eager to go over there and put on a showcase for the fans.
With it being your debut, do you see any, added pressure to go in there and really put on a statement in this first fight? Or is it one of them where you just got to wait and see how this plays out?
I'll put the pressure on myself. I like to put pressure on myself. So I'll probably try and, like I said, I'm going to round up an army, to take an army over. So loads of people want to know. And you usually when you have a big crowd coming to see you, there's that added pressure. No, I like that. I want that. I have to like always thrive under the pressure. So I'm going to add as much pressure as I can onto myself, just so I will rise to the occasion. I feel like I always do. That's the type of fighter I am, type of person I am. But the bigger the occasion, the better Mark Ewen will showcase. So I feel like I'm taking loads of people over. It's going to be it's a big card. Obviously, Fabian Edwards fighting Johnny Elbin. There's going to be loads of other guys in the card. It's Irish crowd. It's going to be electric. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. It's going to be nerve wracking. The pressure is going to be there, but that's where I thrive, and that's exactly what I want.
How nice is it to be? I know it's not local. I know it's Dublin. It's just over the water for you, but it's closer than South Africa was, and closer than them.
Yeah, definitely.
How nice is it to be back on these big shows, but in the sort of UK and Ireland?
That's great, man, because a lot of people want to come, a lot of like friends and family have wanted to come see me fight for a long time. And the past couple have been like South Africa and Paris. It's a bit of a big ask, you know what I mean? Whereas Dublin's, it's not too easy, but it's not too hard. It's only over like the flights. I'm telling everyone flights are only like under £30 now, so I'm going to take an army over. It's going to be good, but like it's not too far away. We need to get like a £900 flight to South Africa or stuff. So it's going to be a good one. I think I'm going to have a really, really good support there. Man, it's just literally, I don't know how long it is in a plane. It maybe like half an hour to an hour. So it's literally up and down. I'll probably fly there on the Tuesday or something. And Dublin's just like Glasgow and Edinburgh. So I think they're going to have just like normal shops like we do here. So I reckon I'll feel very comfortable. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm in a foreign country.
Yeah. How much are you looking for that fight week itself? Look, I've covered a lot of them Bellator shows out in Dublin, and the whole week itself, you've got the media day, you've got all these little things that you've got to do.
Yeah.
How much are you looking forward to just the whole parcel? Fight night's one thing, but the whole week leading up to it.
That's probably one. Obviously, fight night's my favourite part, but second, the weigh-ins, and then before that, like I love like feeling like a star, like doing your media day, going checking in, getting your bag and all that stuff. This is stuff I've been watching on TV. Like you watch this stuff as a fan. I'm still a fan of him, even though I'm a fan. I like to watch like fight week and see how people react, what people do fight week, how their training and that goes, what they're eating, stuff like that. So I really enjoy fights. It's probably my favourite week of like anything. Like I love fight week, going there, just getting in there. Like it's a new environment, a new reset, and you get to meet people. Obviously, I'm going to do like the fighters meet and stuff like that. I'll need to get like Bellator bags, merchandise, and all that stuff. So it'll be cool. It's new to me, obviously, because Bellator's such a big show. But I feel like I'll take it in my stride, and this is what I'm really, really kind of eager to go and see and enjoy. I'll enjoy it all. I think I'll take it in my stride and just enjoy it and try and be present.
If you look as well, look, we know it's now a developmental deal, so it's something where they will gradually build you. But if you look at the top of the division, the rankings, I mean, that lightweight division is a shark tank, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I meant to actually say to you when you're talking about preparing for Noah, my opponent, I'll be preparing for him as if I'm preparing for Usman Nurmagomedov. That's the way I look at every fight. I'm preparing for the champion in that division. I'm not looking necessarily at Noah. I'll be looking at Usman. That's how hard I'm going to be training for this fight. Like I'm not overlooking him. I'm not like underestimating him. I'm going to prepare as if he's the world champion in that division. But like you said, the division is stacked at lightweight. There's loads of good guys, and I'm really eager to get in and mix it up with them because I really believe that I can.
So then, I guess for fans, Bellator fans who might not have seen you fight yet, what can fight fans expect from you?
I'll finish. I've got 100% finish rate. I've been knocking guys out cold since I was amateur. Like I was 11-3-1 as an amateur. All 11 wins have been finishes, either submission or TKO or KO. I'm now 4-0 as a professional. All have been submissions or KOs. Like I'm gonna find the finish. I feel like I'm a clinical finisher. I'm a bit of a technician. I feel like I'll find openings and gaps and put this guy away. And it'll be an exciting fight until then, I believe. It's always exciting when I fight. I always bring it, I always try and give my all, so you can expect that.
I mean, I don't think either of you guys have seen the third round in your pro career, so I think maybe a fast start, it could even be a fight of the night. For me, that's got written all over it.
Yeah, I'll be taking the centre from the bell and try to pick my way as early as possible. You don't get paid by the hour in there, so I'll be going in right at them. Wiggle.
Finally then, Mark, just before I let you go, have you got a message, I guess, for the lightweight division? You're the new man in there now.
Yeah, I'm coming. That's it. I'm coming. Like I think they will be on notice after this performance. I know it's not my first fight in Bellator, but I think the way in which I will finish Noah it'll be paramount. People will see and they'll be like, "Oh shit, we better watch ourselves because I'm coming. I'm going to climb the ranks as fast as I can." Literally, I want to be fighting 4 fights a year minimum.
Perfect, Mark. Thank you very much for your time, mate.
Thanks very much, mate. I appreciate that. You have a good day.